Okay, I wanted to make a video about this. Time frames and probabilities before you place buys. You can do what you want, but I'm gonna try to break this down and explain this the best way I can. Okay, so I'm in the middle of this silver trade, right? And it's hitting all-time highs. It was getting up to $58 and stuff, right? So I'm up there trading, and as you can see, I'm stuck with 7 positions at $57.43. Now, it's only $55 right now, so it went down, obviously, right? And I broke one of my rules again. They say you got to make your own rules before you start trading. And I'm like, how could I know what my own rules is if I haven't even start yet? But one of my rules is not to fight up high. Okay. So I'm starting to feel different about fighting up high, but let me get into this a little bit more like I'm trying to explain. When you fighting up high, you're going to want to look at the time frames and look at the probability. And I'm over here talking about I'm gonna talk about the probability of this price reaching all the way down to my buys, which is I got one at $55.38 and one at $55.14, right? It's $55.91. Now, if I look at that on this 4-hour time chart, it looked like you might get it. You might get it, right? The probability look like it's high, and it's a good buy. It's safe. The probability is there, but it's not really that high. And let me explain it as I move on. Now, that's the 4-hour time frame. If I go to 2 hours, it looked like, and I can see the fight a little bit more in the candlestick. And it's like, it's still, you might get a chance of them dropping down and touching it one more time. But if I look at that other wick from it even tapping there, it looked like the buyers was like, oh, hell no, right? So then if I go 1 hour, it kind of looked like, you might still get a chance of getting there, or they might be trying to fight their way back up, right? Now, if I go to 30 minutes, it kind of looks like the buyers is trying to get back in the game. You couldn't even see any green candlesticks when they did win the fight. So it kind of looks like they're trying to push back. Like, I'm not going to reach it. It's just starting to look more unattainable the higher I bring up, the closer, the less minutes I put in the time frame, 20 minutes. Okay? Now that one really makes it look like, okay, they're trying to trim back up. No, I don't want to buy it. No, I don't want to buy it. Well, the buy is on a lower time frame, so the probability is it looks lower. So it's a safer buy. If it really hits it, they really don't want to get there, you're good. It's a good buy on the higher time frame, right? So now, if I hadn't placed any positions at all, it might make it look like I'm gonna try to catch that 55.13 if I can. But as you move on, right? 15 minutes. Still look like that 55.13 still look juicy, right? Like maybe I can place a buy there. But like I was explaining, let's go back to the 4 hours. I wanna catch something all the way down here when I look at it in this time frame. So, I want to catch something all the way down there in that time frame, right? In the 55, 38, 55. Okay. 10 minutes, it's kind of looking like I can't do it. 5 minutes, it's definitely looking like an upward trend going on when I can see the trend a little bit harder the closer I take a look. 3 minutes. It kind of looks like they really don't. It looks like they never ever gonna come back to 55.13 when you get closer. And I'm just gonna skip and go to the 1 minute time frame. If I go up to 1 minute, it looked like 55.61 is the next thing that they're gonna touch if they ever touch it again. And then when you zoom in closer and you just want to get off trades, and I don't mess with doing shorts, but just be able to try to get a placement at the last red candlestick at 55.88. If you buy that motherfucker and this bitch tanks again, you're gonna be stuck with that. But would you be comfortable being stuck with a 55.88 in the longer time frame? You know what I'm saying? Yes, I would be comfortable being stuck with that. But I want even cheaper ones since I'm stuck up so high. I'm not buying all the way through. But I'm just trying to explain like probabilities and time frames. And before you place another buy after you successfully got one off on a higher time frame and you still want to keep trading, just check the probability and look back before you do it. Like fighting up this high like this. Yeah. That's at your own risk. If you go to the daily, weekly, hitting all-time highs. So I would assume this shit could tank all the way down. I ain't gonna assume it could tank to down to there, but I would assume it could at least tank down to, it could. But that's you trying to place a fucking buy on a fucking monthly time frame, bro, or weekly time frame. Like, you ain't getting that, bitch.